Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. As we may still see more snow or even freezing rain in the coming weeks before spring officially arrives, you're reminded to play it safe when heading out on the roads.
We will try to get to everybody we can as soon as we can.
And no matter the time of the year, you should be prepared for an emergency, including a power outage. And it all starts with being prepared for the next 72 hours.
This is a provincial competition. It's an annual competition that's been going on for 45 years now. There's over 380 skaters here this weekend, entered in over 900 events.
Thanks for joining us here today. Weather can change quickly in Saskatchewan, and you're reminded to always check the forecast before heading out on the roads. Winters in Saskatchewan can be unpredictable, and as seen in recent days, the forecast can quickly change from having no snow at all to a sudden storm passing through, bringing heavy amounts of snow. And as we may still see more snow or even freezing rain in the coming weeks before spring officially arrives, you're reminded to play it safe when heading out on the roads.
Don't be surprised by the weather. Know what's ahead of you and take precautions. And the other thing when we're traveling, I always think it's good news, a good sort of a piece of advice, is to let others know where you're going. So if you're planning a trip to Rosetown or to Regina or Saskatoon, it's good to let people ahead know that you're coming and that when you're leaving, when you're expecting to arrive, so that if there are any weather issues along the way, they can feel that that maybe some extra attention is needed if people are not arriving on time.
By taking a few simple precautions, such as ensuring that your cell phone is fully charged, carrying an emergency road kit, and being aware of the weather forecast before you hit the roadway, you can ensure you get to your destination safely. The Step Into Spring Home and Leisure Show is set for March 9th through the 11th at the Swift Current Stockade, featuring various vendors and on-site demonstrations for the whole family. Step Into Spring, presented by the Swift Current Ag and X Association. Intense weather systems and power outages can happen any time of the year, and emergency responders are reminding you to be prepared for the next 72 hours. Weather can change quickly, especially on the prairies, and no matter the time of the year, you should be prepared for an emergency, including a power outage. And it all starts with being prepared for the next 72 hours.
We will try to get to everybody we can as soon as we can, but when you got 17,000 citizens and 20 firefighters, it takes us a while to get there, and same with Public Works and Light and Power. We prioritize things and we work as hard and as fast as we can to get things restored and get people safe. Make sure that you have some way of heating your home. When you don't have power, your furnace won't run and stuff like that. If you decide to run a generator, don't run it inside. Put it outside and run a cord inside, because the carbon monoxide will kill you. And your carbon monoxide detectors probably aren't working if there's no power. So, things like that you need to be aware of. Also, if there's a major emergency, remember that you should be able to take care of yourself for 72 hours. Have food, water, clothing, your medications to last for about 72 hours.
He further adds that we need to be mindful of the day-to-day items we use and often take for granted.
That's right. A lot of people don't think about the cash end of things, but, we all live with that credit card or the bank card, and we go to buy groceries and we buy them with our bank card. One of the biggest issues in those power outages is, first of all, the item on the shelf in the grocery store doesn't have a price on it. It's got a price on the shelf, but not on the item, so they can't even ring it through without power. And then when they do ring it through, or they finally get it added up, they can't take your credit card to pay for it. They want cash. So have a little bit of cash set aside.
Weather-related emergencies or natural disasters can happen at any time, and the better prepared you are in advance, the easier it'll be to focus on the issues at hand when an emergency occurs. Over 300 skaters from across the province were recently in Swift Current for the annual Jean Norman Skate Competition. We bring you some of the highlights in this special documentary.
And in first place from Swift Current, we have Rylee Finlay. I was really happy to win that medal because it just gives me a lot of confidence going into the next competitions and just knowing that I can get there and get those high placements.
This is a provincial competition. It's an annual competition that's been going on for 45 years now. There's over 380 skaters here this weekend, entered in over 900 events. Hi, my name is Danielle Shaw. I am with Skate Canada Saskatchewan. I'm the Executive Director and Event Manager. So we start at a Star 2 level, which is not as a high level competitive, right up to senior and adult events. A competition for every skill level and every age level.
I'm Rylee Finlay. I'm from Vanguard and I've been skating for 7 years. Well, I'm the 2018 Juvenile Under 14 Provincial Champion. I knew that I had a good chance and I knew that I wanted it. So at the sectionals, I went out there and I gave it my all. The feeling, it's like excitement, and it's just that feeling like you're out there in front of everyone by yourself, so there's nothing that you can do but just be the best that you can do, right? It's just you want to show everybody what you can do, and you want to make a good reputation of yourself out there. So when you skate the way you want, it's just the best feeling. Like, I can't describe it. It's just such a good feeling.
Competition is actually all organized through Skate Canada Saskatchewan, and then we use the local club as to offer the volunteers. You know, it's 12-hour plus days, so it's a lot of volunteers, and they do everything from ice captain to registration to runners to helping with the hospitality, for making sure the judges are fed, to announcing, kind of ice patching, you name it. There's usually a job for somebody if they're wanting to come down and help out.
I'm Dorothy Gillis. I'm a club coach here at the Swift Current Skating Club. I've been in the Swift Current Skating Club for about 25 years, coaching for 37, and just been part of the club and building this team of skaters. The kids all start with their basics, their edges and circles and things that we used to do called figures, but now they've changed it a bit, and we still learn edges and curves and turns. And then once they have mastered that, basic skating skills, then they move on to learning how to jump and rotate in the air, or spin and make circles on the ice when they're performing a one-foot sit spin, camel spin. I always tell them that when they've got one thing mastered, we're going to teach them something that they can't do, right? There's always going to be something that you can't quite do, but that's learning the next step, experimenting, and it's really just a progression of your basics. Learning a one-foot spin and then changing that to a sit spin or changing it to a camel spin, and adding things together. And then eventually you put that together with music and you get a program. And the programs are all designed with what they call a well-balanced program. And so we're given specific things that they can and can't do, how many jumps they can do, how many spins they can do. Skate Canada lays that out for us. And so we just follow it like a recipe card, really.
It's dresses and hair pieces and t-shirts and you name it, it's probably here. There are some of the vendors that follow the skating competitions all season. The one vendor is from Edmonton, so she specializes in the dresses and everything. So it's an opportunity to, you know, maybe get that new dress for the next season, or a t-shirt for a memory of the competition, or a new hairpiece, or, you know, something like that. Male skaters are kind of a minority in the sport, and we're trying to encourage more and more of those to get involved. Right now we have the boys are in either singles or dance teams. We're trying to encourage them because it's not just for girls.
I was like, oh, okay. Hi, I'm Trent Macdonald. I'm from Turtle Fruit, Saskatchewan, and I've been skating for 5 years. This is my second year at D. Norman. It makes me feel that everything I'm doing at home in practice is paying off when I'm skating 6 days a week and coaching. I know only 3 weeks ago I wasn't able to land my flip jump, and I was so ready to just quit and not continue on with star skate and just keep on teaching can skate. And then I got it, and now I'm so happy to be here and so thankful I got it.
Just go take a pen and cross it out.
For this event, the referee, Jason Whiting.
Feeling I have my interpretive, I'm kind of free. It's kind of me out there by myself, and I get to have all the attention, as bad as that kind of sounds. And I just get to show everyone how good I am, and I just love to see the people's reactions as I'm skating by in my spread eagle. And I do that opening scene to them. I just love the reactions that some people give, and it's just, there's no other feeling like it.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking.
Hopefully I'll keep competing next year while I'm at college, and I just hope to carry on with the sport, whether as a coach or as a skater.
For over 12 years, Southwest TV News has provided the visuals for the defining moments in our community. Support your community and help us to continue our work. Support our sponsors by watching the ads on YouTube and by clicking the ads on our website. Pennies per click, which will help us continue to bring you the award-winning news coverage you've come to expect from Southwest TV News. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at southwesttvnews.com. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.